Before I went to Handy summer camp, we used to get in a lot of trouble because it was just me and my brothers, my grandma. My mom was incarcerated at the time, but my grandma had gotten us out of foster care and she was taking care of us. We ran that house to the ground. We would sneak out at times and go hang out with our friends if we could find them. What I was used to for summer was just going out and, imagining and doing whatever came to our minds, throwing rocks at stuff and, riding bikes and things like that and just playing around at the park. And, people all around the world get the chance to go out and do this with their families. And, I can only imagine how much closer it could have made me with my own family, my biological family, if we had the opportunity to go by ourselves to like camp or, not even camp, but just take a trip somewhere. My name's Breon Callins. I'm 23 years old. I've been in Handy for about 13 years. Handy summer camp, it's tough. It's tough because I think it was, when I first went, it was the most vulnerable time I think I've ever let myself become, because I felt like I, for the first time, was around a full group of family. I felt like I could just, let myself be who I am. I remember one of the things that I liked the most about going to camp was that 4-hour ride. It was just, you knew you were going somewhere that wasn't home and you could just feel free to be you. It was an escape from reality. It wasn't the same thing. It wasn't a routine like, your life is usually around the time I was going, which was high school and middle school. But it changed my life, and it didn't take much to do so. It was just that little thing. And I think that every kid should have that opportunity to experience that. Think about all the good that came from it and never realize the bad that happened that started into the good. There was a lot of fights, there was a lot of arguments, but it was the stuff that brought us together and brought us closer, because it was in an intermediate setting. Like, we couldn't get anywhere, we couldn't run away from it. It was like, if I fought with you, you slept in the bed next to me, and it was cool to kind of see people interact with that situation and figure it out, and then come together and then be so peaceful. And then Thursdays, it was kind of like a you were let out of your shell moment, where you can just go and embrace the moment and say everything, how you felt, whatever you felt like you couldn't say to someone else, or you had to hide for like your whole life. You could just blurt it out at that moment, and everyone there, you didn't feel like they would judge you. You didn't feel like you were wrong for saying it to them. You didn't. It was just carefree. What was tough, it wasn't tough getting to know the kids. It was tough getting to know the counselors. Because, they were adults, and we were so used to the adults that we saw every day and the ones that we knew and we trusted. It was just kind of, and they were there too, so it was kind of weird to switch that authority over to people that we didn't know, and they were so young too, but they earned our respect. I will say that. They taught us the ropes of what it meant to be living out into the wilderness. I don't know what their resumes look like, and I don't know what they have to go through for an interview process, but whatever she puts, the lady, Mama Nelson is what we call her, who owns the camp, whatever she puts them through, she makes sure they're ready to deal with kids like us, and they know how to interact with us and teach us things that we need to know about life, and just, they did a really good job. They touched my heart. Like, some of them still interact with me on Facebook. They're still around. They don't disappear either. They, became a part of the family, and they love us as much as we love them. Funny thing about love, everyone has their own definition. I teach life skills in over like 3 to 4 different schools, and I know when we come up on the relationships and, oh, what is love, Mr. Collins? What is love? What is love? And I ask them several different questions, and I'm not trying to get anything out of you. I just want an answer. And anytime they say anything, I say, yeah, you're right. What is love to you? Oh, it's this. You're right. What is this? You're right. It's your definition. And I didn't have my own definition before I came into Handy and got involved. And then I saw it. I got to see what my definition of love would be. And it's just being unconditional towards any and everything, every person, everything you do, how you do it. And they just, that part of this building or part of this organization will be able to be, like a virus and spread everywhere. And I just want to be somebody, riding out with it while it's doing that. But that love it's just, I don't know, it's infectious. I don't think anyone who comes through the door and interacts with anyone that is involved in Handy catches that bug. And that love is just, it's not a, honeymoon love. It's not a marriage love. It's just like a lifetime bond that you can build with anyone that is involved with this program or has been involved with this program or helps out in any way here. To see things grow, we know where that comes from and who that comes from. And that's the people out in the community, the people that choose to take time out of their day and say, you know what, I'm gonna help a kid that I don't know, or a person that I don't know, or a family that I don't know, or a baby, and just get them to where I am in life, or where I would love for one of my loved ones to be. So I mean, I'm always gracious towards volunteers, mentors, the tutors that come and spend their time here. They've all done amazing things for me in my life, even, taking me out to lunch and being able to spend time with them in that way. That all to me is just like, these are angels put on earth, man, to come and be able to do that and not even think about it for a second. I love those people.